Hey YouTube land, it's Tycanderous here doing another action figure review. Now, I know some people might have expected me to upload a Crash Dummy review this week. I haven't gotten around to recording any of the extra Crash Dummy stuff yet. I'm also waiting on a few special items coming in the post for the Crash Dummy line. So when that happens, I'm going to do a review, another review. But for now, I am finishing off my review of the Hiya Toys Lost Tribe Predators. I was only missing two, so I have the remaining two. In fact, I got them in a while ago, I just hadn't got around to doing a review for it. And as a bonus, I'm also doing a quick review of both the battle damaged City Hunter and the regular Jungle Hunter, which I don't believe I've done a review of already. So the two I was missing is this guy from the Predator 2 line, which is Scout, which is essentially a City Hunter body, P2 City Hunter body with a kind of similar design to the Jungle Hunter bio helmet. In the film it looked exactly the same, but for Hiya Toys they've done this kind of line across it, so if I just bring in the Jungle Hunter, you see it's a thinner look at the front, but it has this kind of line on the top of the helmet, which I don't recall it having in the movie, but there is him. And Stalker, just get this guy to stand. They are a little bit troublesome to stand every now and again, so just get Scout to stand. And then Stalker Predator is the other one that I was missing. I'm sure he was also called Boar or Brother Boar. There's Boar and Brother Boar, and they have very similar bio helmets. In fact, if I bring one of Boar in here, you can see the bio helmet is pretty similar. I'm sure they were called Boar and Brother Boar, but they've changed it up to Stalker Predator. Again, he uses mostly City Hunter parts, which are slightly modified wrists and just the City Hunter shoulder pads, stuff like that. And he has a pouch. He also has a nice medallion with a Predator helmet on it. Sure, if you can see that there. And he has some nice articulation. So before I go into the figures, I'll just bring the boxes in. The boxes are pretty much all the same. You have this Predator 2 logo, you have the name of the Predator, image of the Predator, the actual figure of the Predator in the bottom left hand corner, then images of the figure on the back, the Predator 2 logos on pretty much all sides of the box. The only exception is the Jungle Predator, which has image of the Predator. On the top of the box it says Predator Jungle. It has the original Predator logo, shows the Predator in various poses on the back, and it's still the same. Now, just for a disclaimer, these reviews are intended for collectors over the age of 13, and in fact these figures are intended for collectors 15 plus, as stated on the front of the boxes. So they're not intended to be toys for younger kids, so they're more aimed at the adult collector. You may notice that the helmet on my version of Stalker is slightly different. When I got it originally, I thought the helmet looked a bit too dark, so I modified it. I just did a slight dry brush of gold, just to kind of bring it out to the same sort of gold that's on the shoulder. So this is a slightly modified helmet. In fact, I tried to get it a bit more closer to the helmet on the cover of the box, because the one on the cover is a lot, kind of has a more of a dry brush of the gold on the prototype than the actual finished one did. Mine just looked pretty much like how the eyes look here. It looked like that all over, so I did modify it. Accessory wise, now all the Predators, both Jungle and the Predator 2 figures, have come with these bases so far. I don't know if the upcoming Predators versions will have a different sorry, I'm just moving some stuff around there. Have a different base, but so far all the Predators have had the same base. Come with these two little H or I stands, and the way they work is you plug them in, and if you have a second Predator base, you just kind of connect them together using the little eyepiece or H piece, whichever way you want to call it. And when you flip it around, you have connected bases, and there's a peg hole on the base. It's kind of a mud print, and there's peg holes on the bottom of all the Predators. You can peg them into those bases. Both Stalker and Scout also came with these. Get them around the right way. These are the skulls from the movie, from Predator 2, that are in the trophy rack on the ship. There are supposed to be various alien skulls. So you have, I think, Shaman came with one, Stalker, Scout. City Hunter was the only one that didn't come with an actual alien skull. It came with the regular kind of human skull. One of the, I think, Elder came with a normal human skull. I don't have the boxes with me for which skull came with which, but nearly all the Lost Tribe Predators came with either an alien skull or kind of a standard human skull. Jungle Hunter comes with this version of the skull, which is different to the ones that the Predator 2 ones come with. This is more bloodied, fresh kill look to it. Excuse me. One thing that Jungle Hunter comes with, which is kind of interesting, he never used it in the films, it was only introduced in the second film, is the combi stick. Both closed and extended, or the Predator staff as people call it. It's the combi stick. For some reason Hiya Toys gave him one of those. He never used one in the film because, again, as I said, it was only introduced in Predator 2. It was never a weapon that he had in Predator 1. But it is interesting that they gave him. I suppose they probably felt he was a little light on accessories, so they gave him that. He also comes with two alternate hands, an outstretched left hand, and a kind of, what is interesting is it is the throwing disc hand, but it's universal amongst all the Predators. So it's the right hand in the throwing disc pose, or for putting the smart disc in. So he comes with trophies on his like a trophy spinal cord on a rope that goes on him. His backpack, or the plasma caster, isn't removable. It is a separate piece. If you were to pull it off, you'd break the glue. It is supposed to be glued in place. Mine's a little loose, but it is on a ball joint at the base and at the top of the plasma caster itself. As with all the Predators in the Hiya line, the biomasks are not removable, so you don't have a Predator face sculpt underneath. There is another version of this guy. It's not the Jungle Hunter in the works, but it is the strung up Predator from Predators, which was based on the classic Predator. So if you were so pushed, you could get that one and probably heat up the peg for the head and pop the head off and swap them. For accessories for a Stalker, he comes with a throwing disc, or a smart disc. It is intended to peg into the side, but with all the Predators I've had, there've only been a couple of them that it actually works on. You have to get it in the right way, and you can do it on camera. It's probably not going to work, but there's two peg holes on the indents for this, and they are intended to plug in. In fact, if I look at mine, that came with him, his scoring for where it's supposed to plug in is actually filled in, so I might need to pop some of that out. You can see, if I bring in one of the other ones, you see the holes of kind of flash. There's plastic flash over where the holes are supposed to be, so it is not going to fit onto it unless that's open. He comes with an extended version of the spear, of the combi stick. He doesn't have an enclosed version, or the closed version of it. As I said, he has a pouch, he has that, and he comes with the skull. Again, he comes with the same base. He has the peg holes. Articulation wise, they all have the same articulation. So you have shoulder joints, an upper diaphragm joint, a dual jointed neck, so you have one at the base of the neck, one at the base of the head, single jointed elbow, you have an upper bicep swivel, you have a ball joint on the wrist, you have a forward kick on the leg, you have a upper thigh swivel, you have a dual jointed knees, and then you have a swivel in the ankles, but you also have a joint in the ankle. Now on some of the Predators, if I just bring over Jungle Hunter, actually City Hunter, Battle Damage City Hunter, I'm knocking everything over. Bear with me 2 seconds while I fix this. So for the Battle Damage version of City Hunter, he actually comes with only 2 hands for the left side, or sorry, for the right side. Obviously comes with an extended version of the spear. He also comes with the smart disc, which is interesting because he shouldn't technically have it, because by that stage it had already cut his arm off, and it was Danny Glover's character had it. In fact, actually, scratch that, he does come with the enclosed version of the combi stick as well. I thought it was just the extended, but it's not. But he also has this accessory as well, which is the rebreather mask. Now it doesn't actually go over his face, but you can put the hose into his hand. Just get it lined up, and you can put it kind of up to his face to make it look like he's breathing out of it. So that was just his plasma caster popping off. They do, on this version of the mold, the plasma caster tends to be a little loose because it's only on, actually if I just show it there, it's on a little kind of peg and just pegs into this line, into this hole on the body armor, so sometimes they can pop out. So battle damage obviously doesn't have his left hand because by that stage in the movie it has been cut off, but he does have the right, and as you can see on the right, the wrist gauntlet is movable as well. There's an extra joint in that for rotating it. He has all the standard articulation other than the articulation in the left hand from below the elbow, but he does have paint apps of the green bioluminescent green blood as well, and he has an unmasked head sculpt. He doesn't have the biomask, which is accurate for that point in the movie. And as I said, he has this rebreather thing, but you can kind of plug it over his mouth, but it's supposed to go over both sets of mandibles, so it is slightly off, but as I said, you can have him hold it. For trophies, he didn't come with any trophies. He just comes with the gear. Scout, again, you can see he utilizes the same body pretty much as City Hunter, and he has the same articulation points, so he has the rotation in the gauntlets, elbows, all the same articulation. The only thing he doesn't have is he doesn't actually have the plasma caster. I'm not sure if he was supposed to have one, and I just didn't get one, but he has all the same stuff, extra set of hands for his throwing disc, and he comes with 2 grip hands. So he has an extra set for doing the throwing, which is here, or after mixing them up, sorry, these ones, and then he has a outstretched one for the left hand. So all in all, they're really good figures. I do recommend picking them up if you can get them. At the moment they are available, I think, still on Big Bad Toy Store at the time of this recording. If not, you can get them from Hiya Toys themselves as well. I'll put a link to their website in the description below, and they are available in a lot of e-tailers as well at the moment, so just depending on where you want to pay for them and how much you want to pay for them, the prices do kind of vary on different e-tailers, so trying to shop around for the best price. But overall, they're really good figures. I haven't had too many issues with any of mine. I know out of the boxes some of the paint apps can be a little stuck with the way the paint is applied in the factory. So my best recommendation is to heat up the figure slightly before moving any of the joints, so it just gives that little bit of breakage for the paint and you're able to move the joints. So there you go, guys. Hope this video was okay, and I hope it's okay. It's really warm here at the moment, so I'm trying to not pass out from recording. But as I said in my videos, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Cheers, guys.